What's your Tyler's back with retro reviews? You know, Tyler's retro reviews for the last WrestleMania review of the year, WrestleMania 23. So I did WrestleMania 21, 22, and 23. I think 23 was the better one out of the three post 20, but yeah, WrestleMania 23 overall was better than 22. That's an understatement. And here we go with all this. Anyways, let's get into it. April 1st, it was a Raw, SmackDown, and ECW branded pay-per-view at Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. So, yeah. So, well, let's get into this pay-per-view and get this over with. And next week, we're going back to, well, you always know, the year 2011 for TNA and all that. Because I'm on a mission to go through every one of them. And yeah. Anyways, we start out with the Money in the Bank ladder match. Mr. Kane defeats CM Punk, Randy Orton, Finlay, Matt Hardy, King Booker, Jeff Hardy, and Edge to win the ladder match. And never successfully cash in the briefcase. Why? Well, for obvious reasons. Because one, he got injured, and Edge was the one who took the briefcase off of him. Yeah, that kind of sucks for Mr. Kenny, but he did redeem himself a little bit in TNA and all that. Which is kind of funny, because I am doing the 2011 periods in TNA. Jeff Hardy did that spot where he did a leg drop off the ladder onto a ladder bridge with Edge, and JBL says, "And damn that Jeff Hardy, damn him to hell!" And there was another part where Booker was going to get the briefcase. Sherman was going to get twisted face by Matt Hardy and says, "Damn Booker, get the briefcase! Oh, god damn Booker!" And all that, but yeah, Mr. He does win this. CM Punk, unfortunately, was the only one representing ECW in this whole thing. The others were representing Raw or SmackDown. And all that. But yeah, I get a 7.5 out of 10, you know. It was a good match, but unfortunately had a winner that had never done the cash in and all that. Oh well. You know, in that alternate universe, maybe Kennedy does eventually come. But that's world chain all that. But in there it is. But maybe in an alternate universe and all that. I know. We don't live in different universes or perfect worlds. Anyways, then we get the Great Khali defeating Kane. A SmackDown versus Raw match. Yes, Great Khali was part of Raw. Kane was part of SmackDown. In a alright match. Kane made Khali look good and all that. Kane did body slam Khali. It was a callback to when Hogan body slamming Andre and all that, but WrestleMania 3, this was not. Khali won regardless still, and in other words, he grabbed that chain that was from Kane's movie See No Evil. Yeah, you know, the one released on, oh god, May 19th, Kane! May 19th! Good lord. I give it a 4 out of 10. You know, it was not a shitty match at all, really. But regardless, let's get into it. Then we got for the WWE United States Championship, Chris Benoit defeats MVP to retain the U.S. title. He WWE do win the U.S. titles at Judgment Day 07. That would be Benoit's final pay-per-view match. And, yeah, looking at this in 2007, I'm not going to mention it. Okay. No, no, no. It was a good match. And, yeah. It was actually a good match still. I give it a 7 out of 10 and all that. Then we had probably the best match on this show, and I feel like this should have been the main event of WrestleMania 23 because of how big this was for the World Heavyweight Championship. Also, Wikipedia mentions on the it says it's title versus streak match. Interesting. And then don't know why. Anyways, the Undertaker defeats Batista to win the World Heavyweight Championship, going to 15-0. Yeah, 15-0. Undertaker won the Royal Rumble earlier in January. We did that. And Batista, by the way, won back the title at Survivor Series. We already did that 2 years ago in November 2024. All the way back there. And, you know, a lot of people are going to say they should have done Taker versus Cena here, but it was obvious they wanted to do Undertaker versus Batista instead. And don't get me wrong, it was a better decision because yeah, easily the best match on this fucking WrestleMania card. I'm not saying this WrestleMania was awful or anything like it. Not like was 10 years later, but still, you know, this was, you know, a fantastic match. Undertaker does the dive and all that, Batista power slaying Undertaker through the ECW announce table. I guess that was the new Spanish announce table and all that. Then Batista hits him with the deal of the bomb, 1-2 kick out, and then Taker won with the Tombstone Pile Driver to go to 15 and all that. I give it a 9 out of 10, you know. And Undertaker wins his first world title at WrestleMania for the first time since winning at WrestleMania 13. Well, not the, but still. But, yeah. Still. Best match on this card. And all that. And I feel bad for the next match. That's the ECW ratio of Robin Dim, Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, and Sabu defeats the new breed of Elijah Burke, Marty Brown. I'm not calling him Marcus Brown, okay? That name is stupid. It's Marty Brown in his only WrestleMania match. Actually, a few of these. Sabu, Sandman also. Matt Striker. Oh, God, no, not him. And Kevin Thorne. It was just a cool down match from the Undertaker match to this and before the next match, but still, like, you could have, this could have been just an Extreme Rules match, you know. I want to make it 10 times better, but I guess not. I give it a 5 out of 10. And yeah. Regardless. And then we get the Battle of the Billionaires hair versus hair match with Stone Cold Steve Austin as the special guest referee. Now, here's some stuff I know about it. This was not the original plan for the Donald Trump Vince McMahon representatives. Also, by the way, if anyone's going to watch this, no political comments in this video, okay? Because they're going to get deleted. We're good? We're good. Because apparently the original Plan A, let's get it, the whole thing up with the plan stuff like this. So Plan A was going to be Hulk Hogan representing Donald Trump, and the Big Show is going to represent Vince McMahon and all that, but Big Show is gone after dropping the ECW title at that fucking disgraceful ECW Dishonors Member pay-per-view. Yeah, the less I said about that fucking shit, the better. So, plan B was going to be Hogan versus Khali. But Hogan did not want to do it because of, I guess, money reasons, but who knows. Plan C was going to be Shawn. I can't believe this was going to be a Plan C. Shawn Michaels and King Booker. That did not happen because at New Year's Revolution, we'll get to that moment. All that. Triple H got injured because he was supposed to face John Cena again here, but he got injured and Shawn Michaels had to take Triple H's spot in the match, and Booker got into the Money Bank Ladder match because of that. So that's... And then we get the Plan D, which is Bobby Lashley and Umaga. Lashley is the ECW champion, by the way. And Umaga was the Intercontinental champion also. So we get this. So yeah. So Bobby Lashley defeats Umaga, and of course, Vince always gets humiliated at WrestleMania, like every time he does. Anyways, there was a bunch of shenanigans, and Austin was being, Austin as the referee. He gets the dreaded ref bump, because I guess special referees also take ref bumps also. Then Shane comes in with a referee shirt and stuff like that. And then Austin beats up Shane, all that. Umaga scores a small spike him again. Austin reverses into a stunner. Lashley spears him, 1, 2, 3. And then afterwards, Stone Cold grabs Vince. Tongue tight. Stone Cold grabs Vince, puts him in the ring. Shane stops that. Austin stunned Shane again. Or this was the first time he did that. Vince tried to run away. Then Lashley grabs him. And then Austin gives Vince the stunner. And then they shave his head bald. And all that. And then, after they'd done that, Stone Cold just stuns Donald Trump for the hell of it. And, yeah. Overall, it was a decent match. The match itself, but I got a 5 out of 10 for that, and, where does this all lead to? Vince McMahon being ECW champion at Backlash 2007. Which, thank God I'm not talking about that one. Mostly that bullshit. Vince McMahon's ECW champion, oh my God. I don't want to talk about that ever again. Anyways. Let's talk about the last two matches. And then there's that. A lumberjack match for the women's championship. Melina defeats Ashley. Oh, just get in, get out. Moving on. 1 out of 10, I'll give it. Nothing to talk about. And then finally, the main event for the WWE Championship. John Cena defeats Shawn Michaels by submission to retain the WWE Championship. 2 WrestleManias in a row, the main event of WrestleMania ends by a submission. And it happened again the following year also with Edge and Undertaker. Kind of weird, honestly. Like I said, this was not supposed to be Shawn Michaels versus John Cena, but before I get to the whole thing, it was going to be a WrestleMania 22 rematch between Cena and Triple H. I don't know what the story of the match would have been, all that, but we all know Triple H got injured in the match with New Year's Revolution. Did that back in January. So they went with Shawn Michaels instead, and credit for credit, this was actually better than the match at WrestleMania 22 between Cena and Triple H. You will not find the part where a fan just ran into the ring and gets tackled by that. All I say is, do not run into the fuck. If anyone's gonna attend these wrestling shows, don't fucking run into the fucking ring, okay? That's fucking disrespectful. Honestly. But still, it was a fantastic main event, but I mean, yeah, 8 They were the World Tag Team Champions also, by the way. But they never came out with the belts. Cena had another customized entrance. All he did was drive through the stadium and all that. Through a obvious fake glass and all that. Don't tell CM Punk about glass and all that. But this is 2007. Who knows about that? But anyways, that was okay. Another thing I mentioned about that. Still, it was like I said, it was a better than the WrestleMania 22 one. 8.5 out of 10 I'll give this match. Shawn and Cena would drop the titles the next night on Raw in a battle royal where the Hardys won that. And yeah. So yeah, WrestleMania 23 is over with. And that's it. All in all, was a 7.5 out of 10 in the event, I'll give it. So yeah, that's WrestleMania 23. And that's every WrestleMania post WrestleMania 20 and all that. So yeah. Like I said, next week we're going back to 2011 to continue my journey with TNA from 2006 and 2011, 5 years apart from each other. I already did Lockdown 2006 already, so we'll do Lockdown 2011 next week and all that. Like I said, SmackDown will be tomorrow, and then I'll do WrestleMania 42 also. So there's that. So anyways, like this video, comment below, subscribe to this sharing notification as well as my main channel, so you see those videos and all that. And then WWE will be back with the Showdown Night and all that. And there. Bye-bye.